Welcome to the Nifty Chicks. In this episode, today we are spotlighting you, our listeners. In this episode, we have Kate, who calls in to find out how to save time when looking at new projects to invest in. We've created a super simple resource for you to consider when investing your hard-earned dollars. So let's do this.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Yay.
This is so great. I'm actually really excited. That's how excited I am.
That's like extra.
It's like extra because
so extra.
we get a chance to actually hear from our listeners and hear from you guys.
So I think this is super fun. And this is why I keep telling you, I keep putting it out there on social. I'm like, call us. We want to hear from you. We've made it really, really easy. All you have to do is go to theniftychicks.io/VM. V as in voice, M as in mail. So you leave us a voicemail. You can do it from your phone. You can do it from your computer. It's so super easy. You'll love it. But should we play Kate's voicemail?
Yes, I think everyone needs to hear this. This is awesome.
Awesome. Okay.
Hey, GENxNFT and Minty Cell. Thank you, ladies, so much for the podcast. I so enjoy tuning in, and you all provide so many amazing tips and just information in general in the NFT space, which I'm super grateful for because I am fresh to this space. And that's kind of what my question has to do with. So I find myself spending a lot of time when I find a project that I think I might want to invest in. And I'm wondering if I'm maybe overdoing it because I don't know how people have enough time to research projects properly and find the best ones to go in on. So I was wondering if you could provide maybe like a general time frame for the amount of time that you research a given project before you decide whether you want to invest or not. I just feel like it takes me so much time and I get frustrated and then I end up just like ditching it because I just don't have enough time to research all of these amazing projects and feel really confident in the ones that I'm investing in. So if you have any guidelines on research best practices, that would be awesome. And maybe like a checklist of just like 2 or 3 things that you look for in every project before you decide whether you're going to invest or not. Thank you so much, ladies.
That's right. I tell you, everything she said spoke to me. I don't know about you guys. I don't know about you, but I feel the same. So
100%.
I'm really glad that I was able to, come together and put together this list because I'm going to be using this list. So,
right. And so I definitely everything that Kate was saying in that voicemail. I 100% felt that, especially when I first got started. I felt like I spent so much time because I didn't want to make a mistake. Yeah. I didn't want to waste my money on projects that weren't great. And I still did. I mean, I still screwed up 100%. Yeah. I know there's one project that we both were super pumped about and we were super sad when we didn't get in on Mint. We were meeting one day in San Juan. Did I take him down? I might have taken him down. But it's still a project. I don't know how viable it is, but it's still a project. Should I say the name? You don't know.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Women Tribe.
Oh yeah.
And we were both so stoked about it.
For sure.
And then they had all kinds of, there was drama. And you just never know what you're going to get with a project. And I mean, people are humans, unfortunately. And you just never really know. So we've tried to compile. So we created, actually, I have to be honest here because we talked about ChatGPT. Well, we've been talking about ChatGPT fairly often. And when I heard Kate's questions, I thought it would be really fun to come up with an acronym to help us remember. So I put in there, give me an acronym for when you're researching NFTs, and guess what we got? NiFTy.
I love it.
So I'll go ahead and start.
Yeah.
Okay. So the N in NiFTy is for look at the network and infrastructure. And when we were both talking about this before we started recording this show, is that this is like probably the most techie part of NFTs. And it's honestly, I know it's not my strong point.
It's not mine either.
Right.
Just being honest.
So the thing is that you don't necessarily, there's a bunch of different factors that go into it. So if it is your strong suit, then maybe that has more weight when you're researching a project than it would for me. I will say, however, the most important thing for me is which blockchain it's on. So obviously I probably give more credence to a project that's on Ethereum than I would that's on really anything else.
I do too.
Solana, Flow. I mean,
I like ETH. I think it's a strong cryptocurrency. It's just years beyond a lot of the others that are so new. And so I just feel comfort around like utilizing the ETH Ethereum blockchain.
I feel good about it. I'm never as worried if it's on Ethereum as if it's on anything else.
That's right.
So,
and something else to consider is the network performance. Whether how the network in general is performing. Is it a strong, network? What's the speed? What are the transaction processes? How quickly those transactions are going through? Things like that. Again, that feeds into like why I gravitate towards Ethereum.
Right. Yep.
But that's something to consider.
Yeah. There is also, data management and storage. That is actually not something that I really,
it's not something I
think about. Yeah. Security though, I do really like to know that I'm secure. Like we were talking about it. It was either last show or maybe the show before. I didn't do something the other day because I was afraid to connect my wallet. I was like, I just can't do it. I don't know. There's just too many things that can potentially go wrong. And I don't want to put some of my whether or not they're even that valuable at this point anymore, they're valuable to me.
Right.
And that's what matters. So
that's right. Yep. Also something to consider what the development roadmap is, so it is the project roadmap that they've got in place, but also, associating like with the network and the infrastructure, what does that development look like? When ETH was doing the merge,
right.
I mean, that was a big deal. And that was like a big deal for people to consider. Do they trust, for this merge to go well? And like, are they going to lose? It was basically like the turn of Y2K.
Yeah.
I don't know if any of you listeners remember this. We might be aging ourselves here. But like, there was a big question of like, when that
like the
last
world
digit,
was
1999 to 2000, what was going to happen to all the computers in the world?
Yeah.
Similar to this, like what, if you're starting off on a very small kind of bespoke type of blockchain and network, you don't know what's going to happen, and so what the roadmap and how transparent they are about what's going on is important for sure.
Yeah. And one of the things that we really, I think it's very high in my importance level, and that is community. What's the feel for the community?
And
right. So you get that, from Discord and Twitter, and just what are people out there saying about the community? And that to me is probably, it ranks pretty high.
Same.
For me.
I agree. Yeah. I'm right there with you. So that's all the ends, right? The network and the infrastructure.
Yep.
Moving on to I,
right.
We've got investment potential and token economics, also known as tokenomics. That's usually what people merge it together.
Yeah.
Anyways, so this is something to consider, the project's investment potential and its token economics, what the total supply of that is. So for instance, let me think of something here.
I know.
Oh,
I have an idea.
What?
Bulls and apes. because we haven't talked about them today.
Right. Perfect example.
Or the Fame ladies. No, they don't have a tokenomics.
No, they don't. Yeah. But yeah, talk about the Bulls and Apes.
Yeah. So Bulls and Apes in my opinion, I think they have a great tokenomics, and the fact that if you own, you can collect their token just by going and harvesting the meth, which it's, funny because it's bulls and,
methane. It's not meth as in like
they
drugs.
release methane.
Yeah.
And so you collect meth every day just by going to their website and harvesting your meth. And that in exchange turns into ETH, which I think is awesome. Yeah. And there's multipliers and there's all kinds of things that they just did their launch for the apes a couple days ago and so there's going to be a bunch of new things that they're releasing that go along with the apes that like you can pair them with other things and add these multipliers based on what you have combined. And so that is something that I think, it definitely sets that project apart. Mm-hmm. I honestly can't think of anybody else offhand that's doing anything similar.
Not quite similar, but Bored Ape Yacht Club has ApeCoin. That's like one of the kind of leading coins right now that pops up quite often. So it's basically, think about that. What is their, what is the potential there? Can you earn, like you were just talking about, mm-hmm. Can you own an NFT and actually have it make money for you? Like that's pretty sweet. So definitely something to consider, looking at the investment potential as well as the tokenomics or the token economics.
Definitely. So the F of the NiFTy resource, I guess.
Resource.
Yeah.
Checklist.
Features and functionality. So basically for this segment, you want to look at what features or functionality are you going to get with that NFT? It's all the things that we talk about all the time, right? Is it access to events? Is it access to communities or groups that you may not be able to be a part of if you don't own the NFT? Is it access to training or, educational resources? Is it access to
merch, to like actual products?
Mm-hmm. I don't have any of those with me right here. However, have we talked about? I don't think we've talked about this. So this is a new addition to the set, and this was a gift from GENxNFT for Christmas, and I finally found a way to get it displayed. And what do you guys think? I love it. I just love it.
I love it too. It's awesome.
Yeah, and it's so fun. So for those of you that are listening to the podcast, you need to go check it out on YouTube because you will see this lovely neon light that we have behind us. So fun. That says the NiFTy Chicks, and it's just super cute, and I feel like it just fits our personality, and it's a great addition to the show.
That's right. So love that. All right, so that's the F. Yes. Moving on to T. So we've already covered N.I.F. Now we're on to T. T, team and advisors. This is big for me.
I know it is.
So understanding who's behind these projects, doing some research on the background and the experience of the project's team, the development team, the leadership team, the advisors. What is their background? Who are they? Are they doxed or not? I've spoken very transparently about how, knowing who is behind the team is one of the driving forces whether mm-hmm. I will invest in them. If they are hidden behind
GENxNFT won't invest.
I won't do it. I just won't do it. I don't know. It just seems fishy. Mm-hmm. So that's a big deal for me, is really who the team and the advisors are behind the project.
Yeah. And it's extremely important to me as well. Yeah. I like to know. I'm not going to say that I haven't invested in projects that aren't doxed, but I still like to know. Yep. It definitely helps make that decision process easier.
Especially today. I would say a year ago, I was more willing to invest in projects of
people weren't doxed as much a year ago. Yeah.
Nowadays, that's a pretty big no-no. If you're not showing who you are, I'm probably not going to jump in.
So I had a bit of a struggle with the last of this with the why. I
You know what I like?
don't know why.
It's you. It's you.
Yeah.
It's the demand. It's all of the listeners, all of the people, all of us, right?
It is.
Why?
It is.
For you.
Yes,
Like that.
I do. That
Isn't that
actually,
good?
you just made that even better.
I know.
So the why I had your market demand and adoption trends, but it really is. It's about you.
It's about you.
And it is about all the things that interest you. It's how are the NFTs being used? I mean, for me, we've talked about this before, but the art, I personally have to care about the art in the sense that if this goes to zero, will I still like it? Because I mean, you can see these are all mine. I love all of these. I love all of these so much that I took the time to go get them printed out and shipped to me via NiFTy, which GENxNFT thinks that
They should be a sponsor of this.
I've tried actually. I think that they should be because I talk about them
all the time.
All the time. So it is all about you.
That's right.
And you know, what is the right project for you? What fits with your personality? I was talking to GENxNFT earlier about a project I just joined like a week or two ago, the GENxNFTs, and it 100% spoke to me because it's all about the 80s and like what I grew up with, and so
very nostalgic.
Yeah. All the artwork, everything that they're talking about, I love. I mean, I am in that Discord. Like, I love that Discord because it's my people.
I love that.
So, yeah. So, there you have it. There's the NiFTy acronym for easily, going through and looking at the different things about projects.
Yeah. So, I think we should quick hit really quick.
Okay, do it.
N, network and infrastructure. I, investment potential. F, features and functionality. T, team and advisors. U, Y, U. NIFTY.
Yeah.
Easy to remember.
Yeah. And we have some great resources that go along with this. But I want to make sure we also address Kate's other question, which was how much time you should spend. Because honestly, like, you can spend as much time as you want or as little time as you want. Yeah. And I don't know how you do it now, GENxNFT. I know when we first started having these conversations, like almost a year and a half ago, we started talking about this, maybe longer.
Yeah.
And I feel like I spent a lot more time in the early stages, and now it's a lot shorter for me.
Yeah, I can usually, I know what I'm looking for. And I know what the vibe and community I'm looking for. So what I do first is I jump into their Discord and I can get a sense of the vibe. Are these my people or are they not? What is the kind of, sense the direction that they're going, the camaraderie, the support within, what's the leadership engagement there? I can pretty much assess that in like literally about 5 minutes. Mm-hmm. And then what I do is I just sit there. I don't engage. I just sit there. And then I come back a week later. I want to see what's the direction of that going. And so all in all, I'm probably not spending more than like an hour or two researching, but it's sporadic and it's over time. I like to see the direction that things are going before I make a commitment.
And you're probably way more in depth than I am.
I probably am.
Mm-hmm. She's the analytic and I'm more of the, spur of the moment.
Yes.
And I make decisions, especially if it has anything to do with shopping. I'm like, I need it. I want it. I like it. I'm having it.
There's nothing wrong with that, to be clear. Yeah.
So, I mean, it's really just a matter of your personality. And then it's also your risk tolerance.
Right. Exactly.
Because if it's something, that for me is a fairly reasonable amount to get into a project and I think I'm going to like it, then I'm going to go in. Yeah. If it's a more costly decision, then I'm going to take my time. I mean, I've looked at some projects for months, and when the time is right, I'm like, okay, I want in this project. The price is right. I found the individual NFT I want. It's in that, that threshold of where I'm okay with spending. So it really, it depends.
totally depends. But
And-
don't spend more time than you need. I mean,
Right.
like, also don't take more risk than you need. But
Yeah.
just you should know pretty much quickly when you see the art. Is the art something you like? Get into the Discord, get into the community, and just get a sense: is this your group or not?
100%.
Cool.
Awesome. So make sure that you go to the show notes to grab your downloads, because we've got a little downloadable PDF with the NiFTy research tools to help you make your decisions, and then we've got a checklist for you to that way okay, I looked at that, I looked at that, and then you'll probably only have to use that a few times, and then you'll figure out what matters to you, and then you can go from there. So you can grab that at the NiFTyChicks.io/143, which GENxNFT told me means.
Tell me you guys know this. It's I love you. I, one letter, love, four letters, you, three.
I've never heard that, which I feel like it's appropriate since last week was Valentine's Day.
That's right.
Yeah.
All the love.
Yeah. Awesome. So just as a reminder, make sure that you subscribe to our YouTube channel and be sure to hit the bell so that you are notified when we are live or when we have new episodes released.
That's right. And as always, thank you so much for listening to the NiFTy Chicks. Always remember, invest in yourself because you are worth it. Please listen carefully to the following disclaimer. Neither the host nor the guests of the NiFTy Chicks podcast are acting in the capacity of financial advisors. We wish to remain transparent and impartial to the NFT community at all times, and therefore, the content provided by the NiFTy Chicks hosts and guests are intended for general information purposes only. Nothing written or discussed by the NiFTy Chicks hosts and guests should be construed or relied upon as investment, financial, legal, regulatory, accounting, tax, or similar advice. Nothing should be interpreted as a solicitation to invest in any cryptocurrency or NFT, and nothing herein should be construed as a recommendation to engage in any investment strategy or transaction. Please be advised that it is in your own best interest to consult with investment, legal, tax, or similar professionals regarding any specific situation and any prospective transaction decisions. You must do your own research when considering investing in cryptocurrencies or NFTs. We are simply sharing our journey with you as we learn more about the world of NFTs. Happy minting.